We're all set for match number 18 of UPRO Summer Cup Pro Edition. We welcome to all our viewers. This is going to be a very exciting win contest. Kelvin Cricket Club, of course, important game for them. They need to win this game to qualify for the next round. And the other end, GHK Properties, they're sitting comfortably at the number one position in this tournament so far without any losses to their names. So plenty at stake for Kelvin Cricket Club. Right then, just a short while ago, I was there in the middle with the two captains and the match referee for the flip of the coin. Well, we're halfway through in this tournament and we've already had a couple of exhilarating weeks here in the Tolerance Oval Abu Dhabi, where we're all set for another crackerjack of a contest. It's match number 18 of UPRO Summer Cup Pro Edition 2026, and we're expecting to have another breathtaking of a contest. It's time now to introduce you to the men who matter in the middle. On my left is the captain Yasir Karim of GHK Properties. On his left is Mitch Van Wyk, the captain of Kelvin Cricket Club, and on the extreme left is our esteemed match referee Mr. Preetham. Yasir, you got the coin? Please give it a spin.
Heads is the call.
Mitch, congratulations winning the toss. It's a very important game. What's the plan?
We're going to have a bat first.
Well, we've seen teams batting first. They have been piling up good scores on this wicket. So how much do you reckon is going to be a good target you would want to put?
This is a very good team we're playing against. We know that they've got a strong batting team. We've also got a very strong bowling team. We've defended low totals already in the competition. But we'd want to see at least a 2 in front of those 3 digits on the scoreboard tonight.
This is a very important game. You need to win this to keep your hopes alive in this tournament.
Win and we go through. It's a simple equation for us. So that's what we're going to do our best to try and do tonight.
Any changes, Mitch?
Yeah, quite a few changes. The team has been strengthened. So you've got Danny Pawson coming back. Jandre, big hitter, coming back. Divan, as you've seen already, class batsman, he's coming back. So especially in the batting, we've strengthened. And then obviously Danny bringing something extra for the bowling.
Give us a good game, Mitch.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yasir, unfortunately, lost the toss. What was the plan if you ever would have won the toss?
I would have to like to bowl first on this wicket itself. We have a very strong, batting lineup, and we have always been, favourites for the chasing side. So we would like to bowl first on this wicket.
Kelvin Cricket Club, they've been doing well so far in this tournament. So now that you're bowling first, how much do you think is going to be decent a target you want to restrict opponents?
See, it's a flat wicket. The grass is there, but it's a very good batting track, and boundary is also smaller on one of the sides, and the kind of ball that is being used is also traveling a lot. So anything above, we like to restrict them below 150. But the kind of firepower that we have, even if it's a 200 plus score, we are confident to chase it down.
Already it's a very good start to the tournament. You've played 2 and won 2. So how's the confidence? How's the mood in the camp?
Yeah, everyone is really proud of what they have achieved in the last couple of in these matches and in the season as well. So so we are also rotating the players, because Uzair comes in, Ali Abid misses out, Ahmad is resting today, and Faizan is playing today. So we also like to keep the players fresh. So we are rotating also the players. So the mood is good. Everyone is enjoying. Sanjay is also missing out on today's game. But the thing is, the squad is quite confident of the way that we have been doing this season.
Give us a good game, Yasir.
Thank you very much.
That's the news, and the confirmation from the centre is that Kelvin Cricket Club, they won the toss and they've decided to bat first. Well, there you go. Confirmation coming in from the centre. Yasir Karim, once again, very unlucky with the toss. I think that's the 8th consecutive time that he's gone on to lose a toss. Right then, 2 very exciting, talented teams, of course. GHK Properties riding high on confidence. Homaj Gondal will be coming out to open in the next innings. Of course, Mohit Kalyan, he's been having a great tournament. Rohan Mustafa, he's been exceptional with the ball. Sagar Kalyan missed out to his 100. Zahoor Khan, Faizan Ali, Umair Ali, Yasir Karim, Fawad Rahi gets a game. Uzair Khan as well alongside Mohammad Mohsin. So they've made quite a few changes. And talking about another very talented looking team. What a phenomenal win they had in the last game. Of course, leading the side will be Mitchell Van Wyk, Darren Walters, Rahman Zafar, Sami, Umar Farooq. Yeah, that is one man who's been consistently scoring runs. Danny Pawson is back into the squad alongside Divan Mini as well. Talha, Wandre, Midhun, Sudhakar and Mohammad Qasim. So both the teams opting to make quite a few changes in this very exciting contest. Of course, I did mention that it's a very important game for the men in blue. They have won the toss. They think that they need to put runs on the board. Because talking about GHK properties, I mean, whatever you score, they have a depth in their batting. So I think it's a good move. Uzair Khan will be starting off proceedings this evening. Starts off with a wide. Midhun Sudhakar, another very talented right-handed batter, very technically correct. He's someone that you would want in the top of your order to come out to open alongside his captain Mitchell Van Wyk. He hasn't really got going, but then he's a very talented hard hitter. Mitch Van Wyk, a very confident captain. I think he was brilliant in the last game. There you go. There's the man on your screen. He made some very, very good calls. And in the end, they went on to win the game. And that match was pretty much out of their hands, pretty much out of their grasp. But this man had different plans. Uzair Khan is someone I keep on repeating. He's for me, he's like a bowling machine, to be honest. The way he keeps on bowling and will keep on bowling in those teasing, nagging lengths. And it's a new role given to Uzair Khan. Usually you see him, he comes on to bowl after the 6 overs. But this evening, he's been given a big responsibility. And I think this is a good chance for Uzair Khan to really cement his spot as an attacking bowler. As a left-arm fast bowler, you would always want to use the new ball to your advantage. Beautifully ball, excellent variation. Yeah, Mithun, you can see he was quite surprised with that slight bit of extra bounce he got and all. That's all because of Uzair Khan. He rolled his fingers over. He's been around in the domestic circuit for quite a few years. He was, I remember, he was the top, or rather, the top wicket taker in ILT20 development program, which was conducted in ICC grounds in Dubai. So he's a special case. He's a special talent. That's a thick outside edge, and Midhun Sudhakar, I'm not too sure with the shot selection. It was more like a wild hoik. And Uzair Khan is not someone you can just close your eyes and just go after him. You need to be very smart in your approach. He's someone who will be consistently bowling you in those good length areas, and from there he has the tendency to move the ball. He's bowling with the new ball today. This is good to see. Yeah, he's been knocked over on the very first delivery. That's a lovely delivery by Uzair. It was full and straight. And no feet movement whatsoever. Maybe he could have given himself a bit of time, Mitch Van Wyk. It's the first ball you're facing off the match. So you need to really adapt to the situation in the surface, but trying to go for a big shot, and in the end, it's costed him his wicket. So the captain goes early. It's 2 for 1. Well, missed out in the last game, Danny Pawson, and he has now a big role and responsibility this evening. This is a very crunch game for Kelvin Cricket Club. They need to win this game to qualify, but now the challenge is that they bring against one of the top quality sides in this tournament. Beautifully bowled and good solid defense by Danny Pawson. So much will be dependent and relied on Danny Pawson. He did exceptionally well in the first couple of games in this tournament, but then again, he's someone you would really want to see his back as quickly as you can. He's somebody who can really take the bowling apart in the first 6 overs. Watchfully nudged away. Surely they should be able to come back for the second. So Danny Pawson opens his account with a couple of runs. Good start by Uzair Khan. Gives just 4 runs in the first over. It's 4 for 1. Mohammad Mohsin gets a game in this tournament. Hasn't played a single game so far. Now this is high up in the air. I think he's got a lot of bat in this, but yeah, just unfortunate got plucked into the surface. So Mithun Sudhakar, he's made his intentions very clear. Yeah, you would want your top 3 batters to be aggressive in the first 6 overs, but then again, you need to have a method and a game plan in your mind. It's not going to be all that easy to just come out there and think, right, I'm just going to go after the bowlers, play those aerial shots. These are very experienced bowlers we have in the domestic circuit. Mohammad Mohsin missed out in the first couple of games, but yeah, this is a great opportunity. I mean, if ever so any new player gets a chance to play a game for GHK Properties, you would want to ensure you go on to perform in that game, because the problem is that they've got a very big squad and all of them are exceptionally talented, good players. You've got some UAE cap cricketers as well. You've got the likes of Sagar Kalyan. Of course, you have Rohan Mustafa, Homaj Gondal himself, Mohit Kalyan, Umair Ali Khan. They just keep on coming at you. Oh, a bit of a snorter from Mohammad Mohsin. I've seen some of the medium pace bowlers, they try to bang the ball short because they do know that it's a hard surface. So if ever so you do bend your back, you will get that prodigious bounce. But the problem has been you need to be quick. And Mohammad Mohsin is someone that he can generate a lot of pace on these kind of wickets. So the idea is right. You would always want to just surprise the batter and test him with a couple of sharp bumpers early on with the new ball. This is crunched towards the offside, and Danny Pawson, it was more like a stand and deliver. No real feet movement, just clearing his front leg, and he's found the gap to precision. Mohammad Mohsin needs to be very careful here, because Danny Pawson, you bowl him anywhere towards the offside channel and you give him width, he's really severe towards those areas. So Mohammad Mohsin needs to ensure he keeps his line precise towards the off stump or 4 stump channel. That's much better. Wanted to glance at Danny Pawson, but yeah, as I did mention, his presence is going to be super important. He's one of the top run getters. Danny Pawson, he's been one of the most consistent performers in the last couple of seasons or so. He's been playing the Emirates D10, Emirates D20, the D50s. So a cricketer who has a vast experience on his shoulders, and surely all of that needs to come in this very important game for them. Oh, careful. We did see Mitch Van Wyk, the captain, he did play a similar kind of a shot and was very unfortunate. Got an inside edge was knocked over. 2 overs gone, it's 12 for 1. ideal start for GHK Properties after they were put into bowl first. This has been pumped down the ground and a bit of a misfeel, I believe. This will go down towards the boundary. Yeah, he did well in the first over, but that is not the best of deliveries. That's way too short. And Uzair Khan is someone who doesn't really possess a lot of pace. He's somebody who relies more with his variations. He's a very exciting bowler when he comes into bowl after the 6 overs once the field is widespread. He's been given a new role, so he needs to bowl a little fuller. Now this time he's been pulled away. So I'm not too sure with this setup and the plan from Uzair Khan. He, of course, I did mention he's a very experienced cricketer. He's worked really hard on regards to his fitness as well. But I would want him to adjust his length with that kind of a pace, especially against Danny Pawson. You're asking for trouble. There's an element of risk. And as we speak, he is making a change in the field. So now, third man, Fine is in the circle. The two fielders outside are deep square and the deep mid wicket. And I hope he doesn't bowl a full delivery now, because now he can afford to be bowling slightly shorter. And that's what he does. But the problem was the line. Now he's bowled it way outside the offside channel. So he's been all over the place at the moment, Uzair Khan. Yeah, this is what happens when you're just all of a sudden asked to come and bowl with the new ball. You're not really used to these conditions to come into bowl with the new ball, of course. Uzair, after 6 overs, he becomes a very lethal bowler. This is nicely struck down the ground. What a shot by Danny Pawson. He's taking the charge, and to give the new ball to Uzair Khan so far hasn't really paid off. It's not really working in their favour. So it's already a very positive start. Danny Pawson has announced his arrival in this game. I did mention he needs to click. This is a very important game for Kelvin Cricket Club to keep their hopes alive to qualify for the next round. Yeah, it does well. Sharp bumper coming in way too early into equation in this innings. All the 5 deliveries he's bowled has been on the shorter side, which is really very surprising. I mean, whosoever is bowling, be it a left arm bowler, be it a right arm medium pace bowler, how quick you are, it doesn't really matter. For me, honestly, the first 3 to 4 overs, you need to be bowling a little fuller. A banged shot should be a dot delivery to close out. A good over for Kelvin Cricket Club. It's 24 for 1. Well, two very different sort of bowlers. Of course, Uzair Khan is somebody who relies more on his variation. Mohammad Mohsin on the other end, he's tall, who can really bang the ball hard. He bowls those heavy balls, generates a lot of pace. This is Apesh and straight to the fielder. Yeah, you could see Mithun Sudhakar. I mean, his innings wasn't going anywhere. His approach was just to go out there and smash everything which was coming on his way. But that was a very good delivery, and in the end, it was a nothing short. It's 24 for 2. 2 wickets down. We're just into the 4th over of the power play. I think Midun should have been much more smart and sensible in his approach. Divan Benny, the new batter, walks in. Pretty early into the contest. They've lost 2 very important wickets now. Both the openers are back into the hutch. Mitch Van Wyk, I believe he just was a little over-aggressive in his approach. The first ball against Ozair, he just tried to smash it out of the park. He should have been a little more patient out there. Just give himself a little bit of time against this star-studded lineup, or rather the bowling attacks of GHK Properties. Good shot. It's going to be a long chase. And Ozair will cut this off. So Divan 2 will open his account with a couple of runs. So yeah, I mean, Midun, all he had to do was just ensure he stays out there in the center, because the bulk of the runs were coming from the bat of Danny Pawson. He's looking in ominous touch. So at times you really need to read the game situation. And Midun is somebody who, I haven't really seen him bat like this. He really gives himself a little bit of time, but today I don't know, he was in a different kind of a mood. And it has costed him his wicket. It was a nothing shot in there. Now direct hit could be very interesting. I think he was a goner if ever so. This would have gone on to hit the stumps. Plenty of bowling options for the captain Yasir Kaleem, of course. We will see Faizan Ali, the left arm spinner. Then you have Rohan Mustafa, of course. He will be coming into ball. He was the player of the match in one of the games where he went on to pick up 5 wickets. Umair Ali Khan. And then, of course, the most experienced cricketers we have in the UAE. Ex-UAE cricketer Zahoor Khan. So it's not going to be all that easy for the men in blue. Oh, what an incredible shot. This is from Danny Pawson. Yeah, there's a lot of stand and deliver we're witnessing these days. And Danny Pawson, he's somebody who really reads the length and the trajectory way too early. And has got the ability to get into those excellent positions. Yeah, he's a strong man, surely. He's a big unit, isn't he? It's a real treat to watch every time Danny Pawson gets going. And he's not really bothered as to what's happening on the other end. He's just continuing the onslaught. If it's in his zone, if it's in his arc, he's somebody who won't really hold back. He will go after the bowlers. And so far, he's found a lot of success in doing so. Careful. You've already done well, Danny Pawson. Your presence is very important in this crunch game. 4 gone, it's 31 for 2. I think this is a good move. Rohan introduced early into the attack, and on the very first delivery, he was on the verge of picking up a wicket of Divan Mini. Yeah, he's going to rush into his overs. Viewers who, of course, know who this man is. Very popular figure, Rohan Mustafa. Now that is high up in the air. It's gone a mile. Oh, he's put it down. And Rohan, he's not going to be happy, man. I mean, at this kind of a level, you do expect these cricketers to take that, and straight away, Rohan, you can say he was fuming. He wasn't happy. Yeah, it was high up in the air, I understand, but he was never in control, never was in balance, never looked to get close to the ball, and straight away he's been asked to come into the field, and they've now gotten Umair Ali Khan. Of course, he's one of the safest fielders, so Rohan Mustafa wasting no time, and straight away he was just asked Faizan to come into the 30-yard circle right away. Now, this is going to be interesting. Rohan is somebody who really doesn't go for many runs. He's very experienced, especially with the new ball. Doesn't really let the batters come underneath the ball. And Danny Pawson, it's a brain fade. This is a huge moment in the game. And Danny Pawson losing his patience. That is a big blow. It was pitched in a perfect length, but Danny Pawson trying to be over-aggressive against Rohan Mustafa. And this is not looking good now for Kelvin Cricket Club, as they've lost 3 early wickets in the power play. 34 for 3. Well, the hero in the last game, Talha, was magnificent, of course, with the bat, with the ball. And he's got a big job in his hands this evening. Yeah, and Rohan Mustafa will just keep on coming hard at you. So it was a very good move, because Uzair Khan, he was struggling. He was bowling way too short. He didn't even bowl one single delivery full towards the stumps. And it just made life so easy for the batters. Oh, that's going to be overthrows. No, in fact, who is it? Oh, my word. He's done exceptionally well. Humaj Godil still showing the youngsters how it's done. It's 34 for 3 after 5. Mohsin, rightfully so, will continue. He's done extremely well. Now, this is where now Talha and Dewan Meany, they need to have a strategy in their mind. You can see all the batters, they're just trying to go after the bowlers. You need to assess the conditions, get adapted to the surface. You're playing against one of the top quality sides we have in UAE domestic circuit. I mean, nothing to take away from the batters of Kelvin Cricket Club. We've seen how talented they are. They do have the potential to really upset any team on their given day. But then again, what we're witnessing at the moment, they're just going after the bowlers on every single delivery. That's been cut away nicely. And on that occasion, Faizan does well. He did drop a catch. Oh, in fact, it's been given as a no ball. So blessing in disguise for Dewan. Now he will have the license to go hard and try to get maximum results out of this delivery. Yeah, but this is one of the strong contenders to go on to win this tournament. Alongside, of course, we have Dubai Royals, 7 districts. What a phenomenal run they're having in this tournament. Right then, free hit loading. Beautifully done. Excellent improvisation, and you can see that slight bit of pause by Divan, meaning he read Mohammad Mohsin. He did try to bowl back of the hand delivery, and yeah, just there, just the slightest of pauses and adjusting and finding the gap beautifully to get a boundary to his name. So they do have the runs on the board, but the problem is the risks that they've taken. Has just been a bit too many for my liking. Yeah, intentionally playing towards the third man, knowing they have a deep third man position. Because if they have a similar kind of approach, what's going to happen? They're going to be on a serious verge of even getting bowled out and not go on to play their allotted 20 overs. And against a top quality side of GHK Properties, you would always want to have first a good start, ensure you don't lose many wickets, which hasn't been the case. It's been the opposite. They've lost wickets, and 3 of their top quality batters. Oh, that's been pulled away nicely, and it's gone a long way. That is a thunderous hit by Talha. Yeah, that's a very good stroke, and he's really muscled this. And he knew he's got plenty of bat on this one. So if ever so they wouldn't have lost so many wickets, this is a good score. I mean, if they go on to get a boundary in this last couple of deliveries, you're going to get 50 odd runs in the first 6 overs, and that's what you would want as a batting team when you bat in the first innings. Yeah, nicely done, beautifully bowled. Mohammad Mohsin, he saw that Talha was not using his feet, was just shying away, trying to create some room, and this is where he was intelligent enough to fire it towards the offside and bowled fuller as well. So I don't really think Mohsin is going to be bowling another over. We might just see Faizan, the left arm spinner, being introduced. Or of course Zahoor Khan could be a good option. Crunched away nicely. So they have gotten the 50 in their lot of 6 overs, but the problem has been the wickets column. Yeah, trying to go for the glory Yorker, but missing his length completely in the end. It was a low full toss, and Talha has scratched this for a boundary to close out the power play. It's 50 for 3. Rohan to continue. Field is now widespread. This is high in the air. Could be a chance. And he takes it cleanly on that occasion. It's Rohan Mustafa who strikes yet again. So another batter who's lost his patience, focus early. Devan Mini, after getting a good start, he too has thrown away his wicket. It's 50 for 4. Well, things aren't looking all that bright at the moment for Kelvin Cricket Club. They've lost 4 of their top batters. Darren Waters, he did well even in the last game, got off to a good start, got 15 and 21 with a couple of boundaries to his name, but this is going to be a different challenge altogether. Rohan is just bowling onto the line of the stumps, and I really like the field setup as well. The way he's bowling, maybe he could have another fielder in the circle. They've got a short cover in position, they've got a point, and alongside a short mid as well. So this is really good approach. Of course, Rohan Mustafa, that's what you expect from him. He's somebody who has plenty of experience on his shoulders. He's played a lot of franchise cricket, of course. Another UAE ex-cricketer who's been a great servant for the Emirates Cricket Board for many years. It's good to see he's still out there enjoying the game of cricket. He's still very fit, and he's still playing a lot of franchise cricket all around the world. Of course, a very popular figure back in Nepal. He's got a lot of fan following there. He's a character. Rohan Mustafa, of course. It's always really good to have a chat with him every time he's in the ground. He's always got a couple of jokes to crack. He's a very jolly character, is Rohan Mustafa. Yeah, but what a tremendous all-rounder he's been throughout the years. You ask him to bowl at any stage of the game and he's not going to be backing away from the challenge. And yet again, he's put his team into a commanding position early. Closes out the over well. It's 54 for 4. Umair Ali Khan, I think he will enjoy this little passage on this way wicket where the ball does tend to hold up. It really doesn't arrive onto the batters. It's having a deep square alongside a deep mid wicket. Straight away there's a call of 2. I think they should be able to come back for the second. In fact, it's Darren Walters was denied the second run. Yeah, I mean, you've already lost your top 4 batters. You don't want to be taking any unnecessary due risks. That too, throwing away your wicket in a form of a run out. That would be the last thing they would desire and need at this juncture of the game. Now, if ever so, they're not really sure, and if they haven't really played much against Umair Ali Khan, they need to just read him first, because he's somebody who's very slow through the air. He doesn't give you any pace to work with. Now, that is a lovely stroke by Darren Walters. Some improvisation coming in. And there was a lot of risk. If ever so he would have gone on to miss this, that would have been plumb in front. Yeah, you need to have the fearless and the courageous approach. You need to really manufacture a shot rather at times, if things aren't really going in your favor. But you will see a lot of slow ones, back of the hand deliveries. The variations is something which Umair Ali Khan relies on. He's got a lovely slow bumper as well. And then, of course, you've got 2 more bowlers who you will see soon. Zahoor Khan. He hasn't been introduced yet. And then you've got the likes of Faizan, the left-arm spinner. He should be enjoying this outing. There's no dew out there, so that is very good news for both the teams so far. There is a strong breeze across to our right, so that should give us an indication that Mr. Dew, who is not going to be joining us this evening, has been a very close friend of ours for the last 3 to 4 days. It has been very challenging for the bowlers to grip the ball. It's never really easy to turn the ball, especially, of course, if you're a wrist spinner. That makes it even more difficult. Does well in the end, Umar Ali Khan. It's 61 for 4 after 8. Well, so far it has been a dominant performance by GHK Properties. 61 is what they've gotten, but the only concern has been that the batters, they've really looked to take the charge, and the intentions has been to just go out there and go after the bowlers, which I believe wasn't really the wisest of moves against this quality side. Now that is high up in the air, and has he got this far enough? Here's the question. No, he hasn't. In fact, it's been put down. And this is really not acceptable at this level of the game. Uzair Khan is one of the safest fielders we have in the domestic circuit. Yeah, did well. He did had to cover a lot of distance. He ran a long way, did the tough part, and even he got his two hands, but then just couldn't hold on to it. So already this is a really good start to the over. Now they need to have a plan. They need to have those mini goals and objectives in their mind as to, now we've already gotten 7 runs in this over. Let's make this over 12 to 13 runs, and we can achieve that without taking any risks, because it's already a good start for us in this over. So how about we just ensure we don't take any risks? Which is the opposite. They're not listening. That was a risky shot, and I think if ever so, Faizan Ali could have taken pace off, maybe that would have ballooned up in the air, and Darren Walter would have been in a bit of trouble. Oh, very close. That's a wild hoik. I think Talha just needs to have a word with Darren Walters and tell him that we could have just taken a couple of singles on these next deliveries that he's bowled. In fact, he's now put himself in a bit of pressure as Darren Walters. Another dot delivery. So this is an excellent comeback by Faizan. It's never the best of feelings as a bowler when you're struck for a maximum in the very first delivery. It puts you under immense pressure. That's much more like it. Straight away, he's called for the second, but there was never a 2. So does well in the end, Faizan Ali. It's a good little recovery. 69 for 4 after 9. So somehow they are managing to get a boundary in every over. This partnership is so important for Kelvin Cricket Club. Good delivery by Umair Ali Khan to close out the 10th over, and the players will have the much needed drinks break. It's 77 for 4. Back after the drinks break, and it will be Faizan to continue. Bowled a good first over, and this break was certainly required for Kelvin Cricket Club. How much is going to be a good score? That is the question against the top quality batting lineup of GHK Properties. Now, what they need to ensure is they just stay out there in the middle. I mean, they are getting boundaries without taking any majority of risks. This is not the first time we're seeing Darren play this switch hit, and so far he has found success in connecting. So maybe Faizan can take his chances against Darren Walters, maybe bowl slightly fuller, just back of the length. And we did see yesterday Aravinda of UUDS Tuskers, right arm ex under 19 Sri Lankan cricketer. He got a lot of pitches. Now that's gone miles up in the air. I don't really think it's going to go in the hands of the fielder. Lucky escape for Talha. Yeah, he's livid with himself. He believes that he could have done much better, rather try to hit it way too hard instead of timing the ball. This is going to be a good little contest. I mean, Darren Walters, he's not holding back. Maybe that is now his role. If ever so, he gets a quick 30-35. He's going to put his team into a good position. That's not going to be easy, because these bowlers, they're very miser, they're very economical. They won't really give you any looseness whatsoever. He's been bowling slightly quicker. Might just see one delivery with the pace off. Oh, in fact, he's fired it onto the stumps, and Darren Walters carefully just placing it for a single. So they need to get some around 175, even 180 is possible. They have Omar Farooq, they've got Sami, so they've got two more batters to come in next who can really come out and explode and take the bowling apart. Yeah, does well in the end. Faizan Ali hasn't conceded a boundary in his second over. It's 82 for 4. Well, they should be happy with the score that they have gotten. Just one big over. I think they will be right back on track. There's a smash down the ground. It's a big hit. And he's got a lot of bat on this one. Talha, he's turning on the heat. He's really providing that much needed impetus into this innings. Yeah, every time he's bowled it away from the channels, away from the arc of Talha, it has been very easy in the end. Good to see some spectators out there, families, friends, enjoying a game of cricket. Plenty to ask for. It's a high octane contest. Of course, as I did say, Kelvin Cricket Club, they need to win this game. If ever so, they would want to qualify for the next round. But in their way, our standing GHK property is one of the top sides we have in the domestic circuit. So some positive, good news for Kelvin Cricket Club that Talha, he's in some sublime touch and form. But he needs to really continue. And at the moment, the momentum is in his favor. On the other end, Darren Walters, I think his role is going to be very simple. He should just look to feed the strike to Talha. And that's what he's done. Very sensible in his approach, Darren Walters. Kulil partnership being built between the two. Umair Ali Khan, he's been slightly expensive. He's bowled a little towards the offside, not really looking to target the stumps, and also with a lot of pace off, which really allows the batter to adjust, as he's got a lot of time to play wherever he wants to. Another couple of runs, in fact, it's been denied by Darren Walters. Yeah, no point taking any unnecessary risks at this stage after settling in, after getting your eye in the middle. Darren Walters would want to convert this 13 into a big one this evening. Mitch Van Wyk, the captain of Kelvin Cricket Club, winning the toss, had absolutely no hesitations to be batting first. They believe that their strength is their bowling, so if ever so they go on to achieve somewhere around 170, 180, they're going to have a game on. Hits it hard. And Rohan Mustafa takes an unbelievable catch. And this is where now the experience comes into play. If ever so there was anyone else down there, I think the story would have been different. But Rohan Mustafa, look at that. He knew where the boundary skirting is. So he threw the ball back into the play area, then went back and then took it cleanly. Excellent stuff in the deep. It's a big wicket. It's 91 for 5. So finally getting an important wicket and engaging, beg your pardon, the partnership, which was looking threatening. It was growing in confidence. Umair Ali Khan getting that important breakthrough. And that is why he's in the side. This is what he's been doing throughout over the past years in his career. It's 91 for 5. A lot is now going to be dependent on the shoulders of Talha, who has been the top run getter in this match so far. Oh, he's not holding back. He's continuing. He's looking to continue the onslaught. So if ever so they're going to pick Talha at this stage, you're going to have two new batters at the crease. Andre, he's just made his way in the center. Another very hard-hitting batter. He could make a major difference in this contest. He's somebody who won't really stay out there for long. He's not somebody who's going to be interested in single doubles. He's a very explosive hard hitter. He's a powerhouse, and it could be in for some entertainment if ever so Andre gets going. Hasn't really got going so far in this tournament. Now very ginger in the field, and another welcome 4 runs for Kelvin Cricket Club. Way too short, Faizan Ali. I'm not too sure why is he bowling too quick on the surface. We've seen the bowlers, every time they look to bowl quick, they haven't really found much success. All you need to do when you know you've gotten 5 wickets already, just entice the batter and really let him try to play those big shots. Let him play those aerial shots. Gonna give yourself a chance to pick up another wicket. Yeah, that's much better. Perfect length, perfect line. Does well. So far so good. Just the one boundary conceded in the 13th over. Again, he bowls way too quick. These are not wicket-taking deliveries. I mean, all the batter will do is just block it. Or if ever so it's not at the right line, he will cut you towards the point region. Single to close out the 13th over. It's 96 for 5. The much needed maximum 100 comes up for Kelvin Cricket Club, and Zahoor Khan has been pumped for a maximum for on the very first delivery. That's something you don't really see much often. He's not going to like this, Zahoor Khan. He's a veteran. I did say that he's one of the most experienced cricketers we have in the domestic arena. Of course, an ex-international cricketer. He's got vast experience on his shoulders. 62 ODIs for Zahoor Khan, the man on your screen, and he's played 50, 70, 20s for UAE national cricket team. Gets a single, gets to his 50, and this has been a very sensational lock. I mean, we saw all the other batters, they were struggling to find the sweet spot of the bat, but this man had different plans. He stood tall, he showed a lot of character, and is getting a lot of praise from the dugout, of course, from Andre as well. But the job is not done yet. His team is still not in the best of situations. They've lost half the side. They need a couple of big overs really to get back on course. Nice little punch. So Andre is doing the right thing. He can really take the bowling apart, is Andre, but he knows the current situation. He's ensuring he gives the strike to Talha, who's batting on a different surface altogether. It was a struggle for most of the batters, but Talha, the way he really took his time initially, just played 4 to 5 deliveries, and once he got adapted, Yeah, you can see what he's done. 15, just 27 deliveries against a top quality bowling lineup. Oh, this is a really good shot once again. And you can see that Talha, he had to wait because that ball never really arrived at him. He had to adjust, but still, he somehow found the gap. This is already inexpensive in a massive over, 12 runs in the first 4. This is exactly what they needed. They needed a big 18, 24 over. This just could be one. Yeah, perfect Yorker, bringing all his experience into play. Zahoor Khan nails in the Yorker, and Talha doing the right thing. He knows that he's facing one of the most quality bowlers we have in the UAE. So respecting the good deliveries, and yeah, every time he's found a loosener, he's cast onto those opportunities and has gotten maximum results in his favor. He's been mighty impressive, Talha, not only in this game, even in the past games, he's been one of the most consistent performers with the bat. Also, very handy bowler as well. Crashed, but straight to the fielder. Yeah, 5 meters either way towards that fielder should have been a boundary. It's 108 for 5 after 14. Hasn't picked up a wicket so far, Faizan. There was a catch being put down in his first over, but he does have an opportunity to now bag a wicket in his last over. Nicely bowled. That was a good delivery, but to Andre, he's batting really sensibly. What he's done is brought Talha on strike so early in this over. He's ensuring he doesn't put any kind of pressure. So this is very smart wicket by the man on your screen. He's a strong bloke, isn't he? Look at those shoulders, look at those forearms. Oh, Andre is somebody who can really make the ball disappear. And this is a big shot. It's gone a long, long way. It's a gigantic hit by Talha. Well, his presence is going to be so important. He did flight the ball, but the only problem was he bowled it in his area, in his arc. It was way too full, and Talha said, thank you very much, I'm gonna smash you down the ground for a huge maximum. What a fine knock he's playing, Talha. He needs to stay right till the end, and if ever so he goes on to bat for another 4 to 5 overs, I am pretty much optimistic they will surpass 170. Then we should be having a game in our hands. Yes, I do understand GHK Properties. They do have a fine batting lineup. They do bat deep. But then again, you need to have runs on the board, and you can surprise any team on your given day. Kelvin Cricket Club by far are having one of the most fine bowling lineups in this tournament. Yeah, again too full. So Faizan Ali needs to be a little careful against Talha. We've seen every time they bowl slightly fuller with pace off, Talha is not sparing them at all. Going after Faizan Ali, needs to adjust his length ever so slightly. Needs to bowl back of the length and ensure he doesn't go anywhere full towards Talha. Now he fires one towards the offside, and I think he's lucky. If ever so, Talha would have slashed this would have gone towards the boundary. There was a lot of pace offered, but excellent work behind the stumps. Yasir Kaleem does a good job. Could have been 5 wides as well. Smashed again, another biggie. What a tremendous strike yet again by Talha. And Faizan Ali has been all over the place. This is already an expensive over. And again, now you can see he's offered pace. So the problem was the length. So he's been quite wavered in this over. Faizan, he did well. He gave only 13 runs mind the first 3 overs he bowled. Now that projected score is looking pretty much close in their grasp. They could reach 170. Talha is turning on the heat. He's still out there. They need to get rid of him. Otherwise, he could be even inching to his 100 as well. He's got plenty of overs to achieve. This time it's been slashed away towards the offside. Could be a chance. Easy catch taken. It's a brain fade really by Talha because he runs in this over. And this is some smart bowling by Faizan. He bowled it away from his arc and Talha wanted to clear. Takes an excellent catch in the end. So he's getting a lot of applause and praise from the dugout. But he would have wanted to stay right till the end. It's 122 for 6. Well, it was turning out to be an expensive over, but then again, he's picked up the most important wicket of the set batter Talha just when he was looking to explode and shift one gear up. He's lost his wicket. Umar Farooq, another batter, he's had a great tournament so far. He's been amongst the run scorers. This is going to be a different challenge altogether. Takes a single, gets off the mark, and also will retain strike. Exciting over comes to the end. It's 1, 2, 3 for 6. Zahoor Khan was a little expensive in his first over, but then again, here he is. I think he's going to be opting to bowl those slower bumpers, or it will be full. He's somebody who's very special, and he does have the tendency to go on to pick up wickets in the latter part of the innings. Somebody who will look to wrap up the tail, but so far the tail hasn't been exposed because we have two proper right-handed batters at the crease. One that he can hit those long balls. He can really get those quick, fiery 25-30 runs for your team. Oh, a bit of a misfield will allow them to take a single. So yeah, that wicket was very important. Talha could have made a vast difference if he could have stayed another 2 to 3 overs the way he was batting. We saw all the other batters. It had been a struggle this evening, but Talha, no problem whatsoever. He was looking in an ominous touch and really batted with no pressure whatsoever. You will see a lot of those Yorkers coming in from Zahoor Khan. He's a death bowling specialist. And that's been carved away nicely. It will go towards the boundary. So it's a good start by Umar Farooq, and Zahoor just missing his line and also the length. It was too short. And Umar Farooq had ample time to just throw the kitchen sink at, just slashed hard onto it as I got in a boundary. Yeah, that's a good delivery, right on the money. Rohan Mustafa, he was removed from the attack. I'm not too sure if that was the right decision. Maybe he could have bowled out his 4-over quota, because he was really making life tough for the batters in the middle. Mind you, as I did mention early on, this is a very important game for Kelvin Cricket Club. They've gone on to win the last game. What an absolute thriller that was. So if ever so they're going to win this game, they will go on to qualify for the next round. If ever so they're going to lose this game, I think it's going to be pretty much done and dusted. The journey will be coming to an end. Yeah, nicely done. Perfect Yorker once again. Last delivery, I think Kwander will take his chances and try to clear the boundary and try to get maximum results. He's somebody who we have seen in the past can get you those important runs. Oh, that is snorter by Zahoor Khan. Nothing much he could have done on that occasion. That was a perfect Yorker. He's nailed it into the block hole, and that is such a sight for Zahoor Khan. Gets his first wicket. It's a short stay for Wandre. It's 130 for 7. Oh, that could have been an absolute 100 blinder. And Rohan Mustafa, he's still not happy. He believes that he could have done better. I think he did all his best. Look at him go. He's not an happy man. And I think he did get hand onto the ball, but just couldn't hold on to it. So Rohan was on the verge of picking up another wicket. Yeah, just ensuring his field is aligned. There's a big gap between the deep cover and the short third fielder. Singles isn't going to be a problem whatsoever, so I think Rohan will be bowling out. We will see Zahoor Khan as well. He's got a couple of more overs under his sleeve. Yeah. At the moment, Rohan is doing a decent job. He hasn't been in the best of forms, mind you, in this tournament with the bat, but then again, this is a great chance for Rohan Mustafa to really get back into the form, because now we're going into the business end of this tournament, and you would always want somebody like Rohan Mustafa, your senior member, to get those runs now when it's required. because we know that he's somebody who makes a vast difference. We've got some match winners in this tournament, talking about Rohan Mustafa, of course, himself, and then we know Hamid Khan of Dubai Royals, Sandeep Singh Sandhi. Beautifully done. It's a very good Yorker, and somehow he squeezed this one, Sami, and eventually will get a couple of more runs to his name. So no boundaries as of such in this over. Just the 7 runs. Rohan would want to close out strong. It will only be a single to close out the 17th over. It's 138 for 7. Interesting move. They've opted to bring Umair Ali Khan back into the attack. He will not give any pace whatsoever to the batters to work with. There you go. Good start. Sami will have to be a little smart in his approach and see what he's been doing in this game so far. Umair will not ball quick at all on this wicket. There will be a lot of variations, so you just need to be a little patient and wait and then go for the big shots. He did so, but it's been given as out. So excellent work behind the stumps. Yasir Kaleem, he's an absolute live wire behind the stumps, and how quickly you will see he's gotten rid of the bails. Fraction of a second. But that was an excellent piece of wicket keeping to get another wicket. So Meredy strikes in his last over. It's 138 for 8, and now they will be running into the tail. Yeah, he can afford to smile now, Merely Khan. He wasn't, because he didn't bowl the best of his last overs, but then again, he's doing a fine job now. Qasim will have the privilege to really go hard on everything which comes to his way. Only be a single, so 170 is what was required for them to have a game out of this, but it's still possible because Umar Farooq, he's out there, and we know the history states that he's someone who can get you a quick, fiery 25-30 runs even from this stage. Slightly up-ish. He wasn't in control. He's ran the first one hard, and I think surely he's going to come back for the second. Direct hit was required. He's not happy, Umair Ali Khan. He thinks that he should have done a better job. So we'll have a couple of overs after this. I think should be Rohan and Zahoor Khan. That's a very big shot, and he's got a lot of bat on this one. Each and every run they score from here onwards is going to be so vital for Kelvin Cricket Club. But he's read the length early, Umar Farooq, and he's hoisted this for a big 6. So he's got one last opportunity to get a wicket to his name. They would want to see Umar Farooq now back into the pavilion because he can make a difference. He does well. Sensible approach. Takes a single to retain strike in the next over. It's 148 for 8. Yeah, no surprises. It had to be Rohan Mustafa. He's been economical. He hasn't given many runs. They should be able to come back for the second. 150 is on the board, but it's come a bit late. We're already into the penultimate over. Rohan Mustafa wouldn't want it to go to the last over. He would want to knock Omar Farooq and try to bowl them out. Yeah, low full toss. He's missed out. Surely he's going to be livid with himself. And that was the opportunity. He could have smashed this anyway. He could have desired to do so. Now, Mohammad Qasim, what does he do? Is he going to try to take on Rohan Mustafa? Because they had a bit of chat, these two, Qasim and Omar, before this delivery. So let's see if he's going to go for a big hit or he does the right thing. I think that was the right approach. Just take a single, because if ever so you try to play a big shot against Rohan Mustafa, what's going to happen? There's a chance you throw away your wicket, which will bring the number 11 batter. And then there's a high possibility he's going to get knocked over as well. That's a big shot. It's not gone too far. Will only be a single, so no boundaries as of such in this over. And now I think Qasim will have the license to go hard. It's just the last two deliveries of this over. There's no point giving a single to Omar. Go hard, go big. Nicely done. Rohan Mustafa is making life so tough out there for the batters. Was right there in the block hole. Only a single is what he's given. Excellent bowling figures yet again. He's risen to the occasion. Rohan Mustafa has done a fine job for his team. Again, only a single. Exceptional performance yet again from the veteran Rohan Mustafa. He's done for this evening. 155 for 8. Zahoor Khan will be bowling the last over of this innings, and Omar Farooq will surely look to just go hard and try to swing his bat. Zahoor Khan, on the other hand, I think you can see a lot of Yorkers. He's a death bowling specialist and will look to nail in the block holes. Yeah, tried to bowl a Yorker, but he missed his length completely. And oh, this is surprising. I think there was a 2 there, but it was Mohammad Qasim who denied the second. So this is going to be a challenge for Mohammad Qasim, who's not pretty much known for his batting abilities. He's a very handy bowler. You will see him in the second innings when he will be coming out all guns blazing. But then again, now is the time where his services are required with the bat. He needs to get as many runs as he can for his team. Just the last 5 deliveries remaining though. And Zahoor steaming in once again. Oh, how did it miss the stumps? I think he should consider himself lucky. It was full, it was straight. So boundaries have completely dried. Thanks to some exceptional bowling performance from all the bowlers. Uzair, I think he was a little wayward. He did spray the ball. He was bowling way too short with the new ball. I think he's so used to now to come and bowl after the 6 overs once the field is open, that he was doing exactly the same. That kind of approach and that kind of a plan, the execution, that's what he does after 6 overs, banging the ball short. Swing and a miss. So what he did was he just gave a lot of time, room, and he's someone who's not really express. He's somebody who really relies on his variations. One of the most economical bowlers we have here in the domestic circuit. I did mention he was the best bowler for the ILT 20 development tournament which usually gets conducted before the main mega event of ILT20, which is usually held in Abu Dhabi. Yeah, this is really good stuff by GHK Properties. And with the batting lineup they possess, I think this is going to be a big challenge for the men in blue. They'll need wickets in the first 6 overs, that's for sure, period. They'll need to ensure they come with a very positive intent. The attitude has to be there that they're out there for a fight. Because if ever so, there's a couple of overs which don't go their way, the match will slip out of their hands in a jiffy. Yeah, I think nothing much he could have done. But surely it's going to be a run out, yeah. And it will be Omar Farooq heading back to the pavilion. I mean, nothing he could have done on that occasion. You would always want Omar Farooq to face the last delivery, and I think Qasim should have gone for it. They didn't have a conversation before this delivery, and these are the little mini things which make a huge difference. It's 158 for 9. Well, no surprises. This is what we see every time Zahoor Khan has been thrown the ball to. Was a little expensive in the first over. He bowled, gave 12 runs, but then look at this. He's done a fine job, exceptional performance yet again. Will be bowling the last delivery of this innings. Should be full and straight. Qasim will look to go hard. Oh, he's nailed in the Yorker. They should come back for the second, but I think it's going to be a run out. Oh, in fact, it's been overthrows. That's poor stuff. So they've gifted a couple of runs in the end. So 161 is they've got in the allotted 20 overs. I'm not too sure if that's going to be enough. But then again, some brilliant bowling performance is what we witnessed this evening. Zahoor Khan, very economical, picked up an important wicket. Yeah, plenty was expected from Midhun and Mitchell Van Wyk, which unlucky got out in the very first delivery. Then Danny Pawson showed a lot of promise as well. Most of the batters, they went off to get a start, but then just couldn't convert those 20s into a big one this evening. But of course, the man who took the limelight was Talha, 66 and just 34 deliveries with 6 maximums to his name, with a very healthy strike rate as well. And in the end, Omar Farooq coming in and providing that much needed impetus into this innings to get 161 in their allotted 20 overs. Yeah, I think there's plenty to cherish and talk about. You can see all the bowlers have gone on to pick up a wicket. Uzair Khan did well, bowled a couple of overs. Mohammad Mohsin also, just a little expensive. But for me, the pick of the bowlers were Rohan Mustafa and Umair Ali Khan. They've done a fine job, and only 3 extras is what they've given. That's something to be really proud of. Right then, we're just going to dive into a short little break, and once we are back, we will be all set for a fascinating run chase. Stay tuned. Welcome back, viewers. First innings done and dusted. Don't really think they have much runs on the board, but yeah, they've given something to their bowlers to bowl at. On the other end, the two openers are there. Homaj, who hasn't really got going so far in this tournament. This just could be his evening. A very fine striker of the ball. It's going to be pure carnage if these two get going. Now, this man, I don't think so. He needs any introduction. Rohan Mustafa, who is struggling to find his form, especially in this tournament. He has been consistently performing, of course, with the ball, with the bat too, but not in this tournament. He gets off 2 starts, but then isn't been able to convert it into a big one. So yeah, both the batters are due so far, and this is a great chance for them to really cut loose and get back into their good form, try to get some runs under their belt, because these two make a huge difference. I mean, more often than not, we have seen in the past that they're the ones who really lay the foundation. They just lay the platform. They release all the pressure from the middle order batters. On the other end, Kelvin Cricket Club, they should have the belief in themselves that they can go on to defend these runs. No due as of sort, so that's one good news for Kelvin Cricket Club. Mitch Van Wyk, I did mention, he was very smart in his approach in the last game where they went on to defend, I think it was 146 if I can recall. Yeah, they did well and they went on to win the game by 10 runs. And they just came out of nowhere. The match was pretty much done and dusted. So yeah, this is one team who can surprise you. But all eyes on this important encounter for the men in blue. This is a game where they need to win to keep their hopes alive to qualify for the next round, as they've lost a couple of games early on, then they went on to win the last one. So each team goes on to play 4 games in total. GHK Properties, they're playing their 3rd game. They've already won the last 2. They would want to ensure they keep up the winning momentum. Right then, deep square in position alongside a deep third man. The chase is on. And straight away announcing his arrival, Rohan Mustafa gets a boundary. And this is the start which they would desire. They would want Rohan Mustafa to get back. Starts off well. He took the charge. It's much more like a quick single and does well. And on the other end, we've seen what Homaj Gondal is capable. Out there and get his team off to a blistering start. It was a good little call by Homaj Gondal. So this is the right approach. Give yourself a bit of time in the center, adapt to the wicket, assess the surface, and once you get used to, we know that both of these batters, they do have the tendency to take on any kind of bowling attack. That's slashed away towards the third man, and Rohan Mustafa is looking dangerous. It's not really easy to keep him out of the game for long. I did mention he missed out in the last couple of games, but this is a fiery start. He's taking the charge, and Rahman Zafar, he needs to learn very quickly. You give width and room to Rohan Mustafa, out of 10 times, he will smash you at least 9 times towards the offside to the boundary. How good he is, Rohan Mustafa. So the margin of error is minimal against Rohan Mustafa. Need to adjust his line, be a little more straighter. Yeah, that's better. That's much better. Does well to close out the first over. It's 10 for no loss. Danny Pawson on the other end, I think he could be a good option you would want to introduce early in. wicket. Excellent last by way he plays. So Sami they chase. Good move. They've intended to give another over to Qasim. He did look threatening so far. And really, there's no point really to hold your premier bowlers. If you would want to win this game, you'll need to get your main bowlers early into the attack. Want to put that pressure on the two batters. And this has been one of the concerns for Kelvin Cricket Club. They've been offering a lot of extras in this tournament. And even in this crunch game where they know each and every single run is so important, they can't afford to be giving this freebies. They're not really defending a big total. So why to release the pressure from the opponents? Nicely disguised once again by Qasim. That is that one delivery where he went on to pick the first wicket of this innings. But since then, Rohan and Yasir, they're steadying the ship. They've been very cautious and watchful. And that's the wise move, I believe, because you know that the required run rate is 8 runs per over, 9 wickets in hand. So far, I believe GHK Properties, they're having an upper hand in this contest. Another wide. So yeah, he's struggling a little bit. Just needs to calm down a little bit. Mohammad Qasim needs to focus with his lines. It's not that the batters are going against you and that is what's forcing you to really do something different and try to do something out of the box. They haven't looked to go after the bowlers so far. They've been playing it along the carpet. They've been pretty much interested in rotating strike, getting those singles and doubles every time it's on offer. So why try to do something which is not working in your favor, and that is to bowl, rather try to bowl way too quick. Yeah, beautifully bowled. That's a good delivery. That's it. That's what they need. So we are just into the 6th over and they have already given 7 extras. 6 wides have been bowled so far in this inning. That's way too much for my liking. Only 3 extras were given in the first innings by GHK Properties. It just shows that how disciplined and consistent they were in regards to the lines that they've bowled in the first innings. This is crashed towards the long on. And Mohammad Qasim getting slightly predictable, and he's read the trajectory way too early. Rohan Mustafa, look at that. He had to wait, and then he goes bang. And what a proper cricketing stroke. It's gone for a much needed maximum. And a welcome 6 coming in for GHK Properties. So it's a very good positive start, good positive approach from the 2 batters. Yasir, such a sensible cricketer. The captain knows the value of his wicket. He's somebody who will just keep on getting you those runs consistently, but at the same time, he's somebody that really holds his wicket. Now that is, once again, it's been bumped towards the long off on another boundary. So Qasim, who bowled exceptionally well the first 2 overs, is now being targeted by Rohan Mustafa. And that's a tremendous strike. Always in control in the flow of the bat, Rohan Mustafa. He looks so elegant when he's playing in these areas. By far one of the most destructive batters we have in the domestic arena. Last delivery of the power play. Punched. Gets a single. So it's turned out to be a brilliant power play for GHK Properties. It's 54 for 1 after 6. Yeah, so far things are pretty much in control of GHK Properties, and that's all because of some brilliant batting by Rohan Mustafa. And since the arrival of Yasir Kaleem, both of them have steadied the ship. They've ensured that they have a good, healthy net run rate. They just require less than 8 runs per over, so no real problems at the moment. And at the same time, it's a really good wicket to bat on. Really, I keep on saying that most of the batters, they just haven't really gotten full use and haven't used this wicket to their potential and to their advantage. This is one track where you can really get your personal milestones. We've already seen a few hundreds in this tournament. Beautifully played. He looks very elegant and stylish, Yasir Kaleem, every time he looks to play with the straighter bat. Of course, he's been a great servant for the UAE domestic cricket. He's been around for, I don't know, maybe a couple of decades. No Yasir Kaleem. And of course, Rohan Mustafa when we used to play on those cement concrete wickets. So it's really good to see that they're still out there, and it just shows the dedication and the love they have for the game, and also the fitness levels. I mean, Yasir Kaleem has really worked hard on his fitness. Rohan Mustafa, I think he's got a very fast metabolism. That man can eat, I know, but still he's one of the fittest cricketers we have in our domestic arena. Nicely played. That is beautifully nudged. Surely they're going to come back for the second. So they don't really need to take any unnecessary risks at the moment. They just need singles and doubles. And I think there will be one loose over or two. So what a phenomenal tournament they're having, the GHK properties. They've started off with a bang. 2 wins, beg your pardon, already in this tournament under the name with 4 points on the table. It's already a positive start. Now this could be a boundary. In fact, Huandro down there in the deep does exceptionally well to keep it for a couple. So the pace hasn't really worked in their favour. And the way they batted, I mean, Yasir and Rohan Mustafa, they gave themselves time. They knew. The bowlers, they were bowling well. They were bowling onto the line of the stumps, but then just losing patience and focus. And that's all because they weren't getting wickets. It's a loud shout, but surely that was never going to be out. It's the end of over number 7 and 60 for 1. Yeah, they needed Danny Pawson to come into the attack early. Another bowler who is very consistent, especially with his lengths. He will keep on bowling in those teasing, nagging lengths. He's somebody who relies on the variations. But he doesn't really have many runs to work with. So all he needs to do is just ensure he's consistent and doesn't really allow the batters to get the boundaries. Having a deep square, deep mid wicket, long on, long off, and a deep cover in position. Nicely played, beautifully done. He's found the gap. They will be able to come back for another couple of runs. We've already seen quite a few doubles that have been picked in this innings. And this is something they should be a little mindful of ensure they don't allow the batters to just easily pick up those couples. It's a very good little partnership now being stitched between the two experienced veterans. Yeah, beautifully ball. That's a good delivery. All that experience is required from Danny Pawson. Of course, did start off well. It was a promising start to his innings, but then just faltered and gave away his wicket early into the innings. False start. We'll have to go back and reload. Danny Pawson's. No, something he's not happy with the behind the umpire. Something to do with the side screen, I believe. Yeah. Danny Pawson needs to also ensure that his lines are intact. Anything marginally outside the off stump, he will cut the ball. Just like that. Gets into the gap as well. That's exactly what I'm mentioning. Anything marginally towards the offside, and Rohan Mustafa is by far one of the strongest cutters we have here in the domestic circuit. So the two batters have now adapted and adjusted to this wicket. They've gotten their eye in the middle. I think it's just going to be a matter of time where Rohan Mustafa will decide to unleash and really look to get going and play a bit more aggressive. At the moment, he's interested in just the singles and doubles. Decent over so far. I think the two batters in the middle, all they have to do is ensure they don't give any wicket to Danny Pawson. He's one of their main wicket takers, and that's why he's been brought early into the contest. So just try to ensure you take singles and doubles in his over, and if ever so there's an opportunity, get a boundary. Good decent start by Danny Pawson, 66 for 1. Well, he's a clever operator, the man on your screen. He has a big job in his hands. Can he get a breakthrough for his team? You will see quite a few of cutters. He's somebody who will take all the pace off, won't really bowl with a lot of pace. Midun Sudhakar, he's played a lot of cricket in this very ground, so he does have quite a bit of experience to bowl on these kind of surfaces where we've seen not much happening really for the spinners, for the fast bowlers. It's a batting friendly wicket. Anything below 180, 170 is quite achievable. I think they did fall short of maybe 20-25 runs this evening. Oh, what a brilliant catch by Danny Pawson, I believe. And Midun has struck. He's gotten an important wicket. It was full, and that was right from the middle of the bat. But what a terrific catch this was. Oh, it was low. It was dying on him. But Danny Pawson has plucked this out of thin air and has taken a fabulous catch. It's 67 for 2. So finally, Midhun, straight away after he's been introduced, he's disengaged this partnership, Yasir Kaleem, after getting a good start, just finding the fielder. That was a good shot. The problem was he couldn't really find the gap. So in comes Mohit Kalyan, another batter who's in fine touch. In this tournament, he's been consistent with the runs. He's got a job in his hands though. So it's turning out to be a good over. We saw an excellent over by Danny Pawson, and now Midun Sudhakar is doing a fine job as well. There's a right smile on his face. He's enjoying his outing. A lot at stake for Kelvin Cricket Club. They need to win this game to qualify for the next round. Yeah, it's a fine over so far, keeping things tight in the middle. The energies are high. They seem to be pretty positive and confident in the middle, the men in blue. And that's what you love to see. You really would want to see a fight. You wouldn't want to see a one-sided game. At the moment, it's a good little contest we're witnessing. Yeah, gets off the mark with a single. But still, it's turned out to be a good over. Rohan is still out there. He came out to open. So that's one good news, that their opener has gotten runs on the board for his team. He's still out there, will look to just continue the onslaught, will look to stay out there in the middle. That is one man you would want to get rid of as quickly as you can. Nicely pushed. Oh, direct hit would have been very interesting. In fact, it's going to be overthrows. So this is what they don't need, these extras, the overthrows. Really, why would you want to just give these freebies? It's 70 for 2 after 9. It's a good little contest at the moment. 70 is what they've gotten, so it's not like that they will run away with the show. On the other end, they need to ensure they don't play a lot of dot deliveries. They need to keep on rotating strike, at least get the singles and doubles every time it's an offer. And Danny Pawson, he'll keep things relatively tight and simple in the middle, where we know there's not much support for the medium pacers. You just would want to go back to your basics. Yeah, that's going to be a couple of more runs added. Good running. There's large pockets towards the leg side. There's a huge gap towards the mid wicket between the deep square leg and the deep mid wicket fielder. Still, I believe GHK Properties are in control over this game. And as we speak, they've in fact, it's the same field. I assume he's going to make a change and amendment in the field. Another good delivery. So we didn't see any boundary in the last 2 overs, and this too is a good start to the 10th over. Players will be going for a much needed drinks break after this over. So there will be a little meeting for both the teams. Of course, GHK Properties, all they have to do is just ensure they take this game deep, and they should be home on the other end. Kelvin Cricket Club, they need wickets. Beautiful ball, another good delivery, another dot. It's a very good little contest between the two. Rohan Mustafa, he's now getting a little fidgety and a little agitated. He knows that still there is quite a lot of runs that need to be scored. Another very good delivery. It's turning out to be an excellent passage of play for Kelvin Cricket Club. No boundaries have we seen for the last 17 deliveries. Just shows how consistent they've been in this innings. That's a short delivery, and surely he's missed out. Will be a single to close out the 10th over. It's 74 for 2, and the players will take drinks. Back after the drinks break. 88 needed in the last 10 overs. They just need one good over really to get back on course. Still, they will believe they were having an upper hand, but then again, just to be on the safer side, it's always good to have one big over and bring that required rate back to somewhere around 7 runs per over. Midhun Sudhakar bowled exceptional first over, of course, went on to pick up an important wicket. Will continue. So maybe in that drinks break, surely they would have had a discussion, and one of the batters will look to go big, I believe, because the batting depth they have, I did mention they do have quite a few batters remaining after this. So maybe one of the batters can take charge and look to play a bit more freely. Oh, that's an inside edge, lucky escape for Mohit, and an off day. Really could have chopped back onto the stumps, but he will take it with both hands. So finally they have gotten a boundary, but it was a streaky one though. Yeah, I think he should be considering himself very, very lucky. And the keeper thought that was it for Mohit Kalyan, and enticing him to play across the line. Ball did keep slightly low as well. Struck hard, will only be a single. Rohan Mustafa inching closer to his half century. Of course, he was magnificent with the ball early on. Now will look to get to his 50, which is pretty near for him. Just 11 more runs. Slashed away, and that's going to be a boundary. So I think now they've decided to put the pedal on the accelerator, just ensuring that they just take the game away from Kelvin Cricket Club. This is the problem now. That's what I mentioned, that the margin of error is really minimal against Rohan Mustafa. You give him, you provide him any sort of width, and you can see that it wasn't all that wide. It was maybe on the 5th stump channel, but even then Rohan Mustafa, the power he's generated, it just shows that he's one of the strongest players on those areas. Yeah, that's much better. It's turned out to be a useful over for GHK Properties. 11 runs so far, and there's yet to be a delivery bowled. Smartly just glances it for a single to retain strike in the next over. Useful over for GHK Properties. It's 86 for 2 after 11. Danny Pawson so far has been impressive, very economical. Did not concede a boundary in the first couple of overs. Yeah, this is really good, sensible batting by Mohit Kalyan. They know how much they're chasing, so there isn't all that pressure on GHK Properties. But there should be some pressure on the men in blue, because they know that they need to win this contest to qualify for the next rounds. The other teams also are watching this game very carefully. Slashed away nicely, and I think the ball will have enough legs. Nope, in fact, it will be only just a couple of more runs. So yeah, missing his length altogether. Was a juicy full toss, inching closer to a well-deserved half-century by Rohan Mustafa. Has been a match-winning performance so far with the ball now, showing his talent and skill with the bat. Nicely played and equally well bowled by Danny Person. So I think they've realized that Danny, he's a threat and he's somebody who can really pick up wickets for his team. So they're ensuring that they don't give him any kind of chances. They're being very sensible against him and playing him along the carpet. Again, straight to the field. A bit of a fumble, but still will be able to take a single. So no boundary yet again in this over. Danny Pawson, so much is expected from him, but hasn't found success so far. Very economical though, but you need wickets at the moment, and Danny Pawson is somebody who does get you those important breakthroughs whenever it's required. Dealing in singles and doubles at the moment are the two batters. In fact, it's been given as leg bye. Flicked away very nicely. It's going to be a long chase. And the ball will have enough legs to trickle away towards the boundary. So what was supposed to be a good, decent over, in the end, Rohan flicks it towards the boundary and gets to his half-century. It's a well-deserved one. Lovely stroke. Always was in control and knew where the fielders are. And this is such an important, vital knock by Rohan Mustafa. Gets to his 50. It's 95 for 2. So this is one thing which has been very impressive, and that they've done is to not lose wickets. They've just lost 2 wickets and they have a lot of batting to come after this. So at the moment, match is pretty much in their hands. Midhun will continue. That's hit hard. In fact, he's got a lot of bat on this one, and now the shift is on. They now have decided that it's high time. We need to just get one big over just to ensure we get to somewhere around run a ball, but that has been absolutely dismissed from his presence. And he is in some sublime form in this tournament. And Midhun Sudhakar, he is going to be under immense pressure because he's been smacked for a 6 on the very first delivery. And now they should be able to get back for the second. Very smart and sensible batting by Mohit Kalyan. Just the 59 more runs needed. Required run rate is in control. Very smart, and the innings has been in control so far. Oh, that is an unbelievable shot. He's hit this towards the extra cover, and how did he generate this kind of power as Mohit Kalyan? Incredible strike. My oh my, this is something which you don't really see much often, but this man is a special talent, and I'm not surprised it's come out of the bat of Mohit Kalyan, because this is something which I've seen him do time and time again. And now you can see that the shoulders have dropped. They believe this match is pretty much slipping out of their hand quickly. Another big shot. Has he timed this? Oh, could have been an absolute stunner. He did try his level best. Danny Pawson, who did take a fabulous catch of Yasir Kaleem, but I think full marks for the effort. And Midun Sudhakar, he was on the verge of picking up his second wicket, but have a look at this. Yeah, I think he's done well, but just couldn't hold on to it in the end. But will go down as a drop chance. So Mohit Kalyan has decided it's time. Let's just get done and dusted. Beautifully placed into the gap. They will come back for another couple of runs. So it's turned out to be a very expensive over. 20 run over. 20 runs have been looted in the 13th over. And there's still one more ball to go. So this is exactly what I was mentioning. They just need one good over to really just completely take the game away from the men in blue. Pumped! 6 runs. Tremendous striking by Mohit Kalyan, and he's hoisted this for a huge maximum yet again. 2 short, 26 run over, and that is the power of this man. Unstoppable force. He's on a mission. It's 121 for the loss of 2. It's going to be Talha for the very first time. Clipped in the air nicely. It'll only be a single. So Rohan doing the right thing. He's intended to take a single on the very first ball, and he's given the strike back to this run machine. He's been absolutely brilliant in this innings. Mohit Kalyan, very impressive 37 in just 17 deliveries. He's a match winner, and he's certainly turning on the heat. Good bit of work down in the deep by Huandro. But there's one thing which we've seen, that this team really puts up a fight. Kelvin Cricket Club, we saw what they did in the last game. Mitch Van Wyk, the captain, made some exceptional calls, and eventually they went on to win the game. And it was this man, Talha, who was the hero. He picked up that last wicket to seal the deal. They got those 2 points, and then they had to win this last game, and the only problem was that they were facing against one of the best sides we have in the domestic circuit, which is GHK Properties. Full of stars. Oh, could have been a run out. How did he miss it? He had all 3 stumps to aim at, but just got a little carried away. Wanted to just break those trumps. But this would have been mighty close. I think he was falling short. Let's have a quick look. Yeah. He was a goner, surely. But the problem is that they've already gotten a lot of runs. This is the 38 needed. This has been smacked towards deep mid wicket. Will only be a single. So they need almost run a ball now. No real pressure, no real problems. This is what GHK is all about. They're one team who will just come out all guns blazing. They give their 100%. Of course, good to see that Rohan Mustafa is now back in form. He was lacking form and didn't score in the last couple of games he played. But then again, the way he's batted in today's game showed a lot of maturity, and he knew that he was short of runs. Of course, he's having a great tournament with the ball, but then again, Rohan Mustafa, knowing him, he's pretty much known left-handed batter who, more often than not, we've seen in the past, he gets his team off to those flyers. And this is even more good news because we've seen the middle order batters. They are in some touch. Sagar Kalyan. We'll talk more about this after this over. It's 127 for 2. 2. 2 for 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 2. I think they've missed a trick or two. Rahman Zafar could have been introduced a bit early, or also you could have bowled him out. No point holding him his overs back. Look at now what they need. They just need 35, and you're asking Rahman to come and bowl at this stage. It's just asking way too much from Rahman Zafar, who's been so impressive this evening. You can see his figures. He's been quite economical. He's ball in the right channels. He made life very tough initially for the batters. So if ever so, you know that you're not really chasing, or beg your pardon, you're not really defending a big total. You would always want your gun premier bowlers to bowl early in the innings. And there you go. No pressure whatsoever. And Mohit Kalyan, once again, he goes aerial and he sent this into the outer space for another huge maximum. So just 4 runs shy to be getting another well-deserved half century for Mohit. But what a shot. The whip and the wrist work just shows he's got fast hands, as Mohit Kalyan really picks up the ball so early. Another big shot, and same result. I think it has gone straight onto the skirting. What a fine knock this has been. He's gotten to his 50 and a well-deserved one, and he's provided a lot of entertainment. He's raising his bat with pride, and yeah, that's what I predicted. It has gone and flushed straight onto the skirting. And it's not that Mohit Kalyan, he's come out and he's playing those cross-batted shots. He's looking to just go hard on the bowlers without any method, without using his feet movement. He's played all cricketing strokes. If ever so, there was a highlight package of Mohit Kalyan. It's going to be so exciting to watch the shots he's played. The range he has is quite admirable. Dot delivery, I think he knows he's missed out. There was an opportunity for him, but couldn't really get the desired connection. So yeah, I mean, this is one man who's shown full range of skills this evening. Mohit Kalyan and also Rohan Mustafa back in form. This is high up in the air, and I think this too will go towards the boundary. It's a massive over. Rahman Zafar, he's all over the place, and GHK properties now are in a hurry. This match is now pretty much done and dusted, but what a shot once again. He knows where the fielders are. He's literally toying around the fielders. But yeah, surely this will be given as a boundary. Yeah, there you go. Confirmation coming in. It's big over. It's 143 for 2 after 15. Oh, what a shot by Rohan Mustafa. That is a tremendous strike. And he's picked up the length so early. Once again, Talha just bowling in his arc, bowling in onto those pads. And now Rohan joins the party. Nice little whip. And he has placed it to perfection to get a boundary. So this has turned out to be pretty much one-sided encounter. 15 runs is all they need. Pulled away once again. This could be a chance. Oh, what a catch down there in the deep. Excellent take. Wandro is done a fine job in the deep. And by no means that was an easy catch. Look at that. He had to cover a bit of a distance, and then in the end he adjusted, kept his calmness, kept composure. Oh, lovely. Just in the end he did lose a bit of balance, but ensure he keeps his eyes on the ball and takes, I believe, one of the best catches I've seen in this tournament so far. It's 147 for 3, and Rohan Mustafa will have to go after putting his team into a commanding position. Fawad Rahi, he's walked into a situation where the match is pretty much done and dusted. All they need is singles, no real trouble whatsoever, and that's all because of the damage Rohan Mustafa has done, and also alongside Mohit Kalyan, who's still out there. Nicely done. That's a very good stroke. What a way to get off the mark. In fact, he's going to get a boundary. Sublime timing here by Fawad. He's just come out, he's played his first delivery, and lovely little back foot punch. Very good composure, head still. Yeah, nicely done. Just a simple push. And it's a lightning quick outfield here in the Tolerance Oval. So you do get value for your shots. Excellent start here for Fawad. He can enjoy this outing. Don't get out. Two will go towards the boundary. Testing his luck, Talha, but it's been given as 4 leg byes. Inching closer to victory. Yeah, with that kind of a field, it's not going to work in your favor. And it has pinged him on the helmet, but no real problems, I think, because Talha, he doesn't really bowl with a lot of pace, but still the umpire just having a quick check on him. And concussion, maybe. Danny Pawson would be asking him a few questions, your name, where do you live? Yeah, I think he's okay for Fawad Rahi. He's got a wry smile on his face, and why not? He knows that they're inches away to register another victory to their name, and they will be cementing their spot for the semi-finals, or for the quarterfinals, beg your pardon. Clipped in the air. Useful over yet again. So just one big hit away to seal the deal. I think Mohit Kalyan will try to hit a maximum to finish off this game with a glory hit. What a tremendous fine knock he's played for his team. And this is one team to watch out for. GHK Properties, they're here for some serious business. There's only 2 teams who haven't lost a game so far. Abu Dhabi Smashers and GHK Properties. Overthrows, and they should be able to steal a single. End of over number 16. It's 157 for the loss of 3. This is high up in the air, and he's found the gap. It's a boundary. It's turned out to be pretty much one-sided encounter. The scores are level, just 1 run needed. And Mohit will look to finish this game with a huge maximum. Mitchell Van Wyk, the captain, surprisingly didn't bowl in this contest. Very useful bowler. Oh, That's missed everyone, and it's gone and beaten the batter, the keeper, and they take a single to close out this game. It's 3 out of 3 for GSK Properties. What a phenomenal victory for them. It's a pretty much one-sided encounter. I think the runs were never there, but hats off to GSK Properties. They have qualified for the next round and have clinched another 2 more points. Right then, they won this game by 7 wickets. That's how the innings panned out. Rohan Mustafa played exceptional. Now good to see him back in form. Mohit Kalyan then in the end finishing off the game, 62 in just 29 deliveries for him. Yeah, it was a struggle. Quite a few options have been used. Danny Pawson, I think, was pick of the bowlers, but you can see none of the bowlers could really get going. Midhun Talha and Mohammad Qasim did go on to pick up a wicket, but it was never enough. The 13 extras, that was a big problem in this contest. Right then, we're just going to dive into a short little break, and once we are back, we'll be all set for the post-match presentation. Stay tuned. Welcome to the post-match presentation of UPRO Summer Cup Pro Edition 2026. It was match number 18 where Kelvin Cricket Club win the toss and batting first and scoring 161 in the allotted 20 overs. In reply, GHK Properties have chased this down comfortably in 16.2 and have won by 7 wickets, registering another 2 points to the table and qualifying for the next round. Well, I would now like to invite our match official, Mr. Preetham, to please hand over the player of the match, and it has to go to Rohan Mustafa from GHK Properties with his all-round performance. Of course, he was brilliant with the ball first, picked up 2 wickets, and then, of course, with the bat. Rohan Mustafa, congratulations, another exceptional performance. How much did you enjoy your outing first, of course, with the ball and then with the bat?
Honestly, it was a great match. Credit to their team. They played really well. I believe they have put a good total on this wicket. I think they were missing few balls. Other than that, they started really well. And I think Mohit played outstanding batting. That was the changing moment. Other than that, it was a good game.
Talk us through about the wicket. The wicket did, I think, hold up a little bit, but then it was very comfortable for you, it seemed.
Yeah, exactly. You know, when the ball is very good and when you start hitting, it comes on the bat. And yeah, of course, there was no dew today, little bit less dew. So when there is less dew, you know, it's helped bowlers. That's what they did. They were trying to bowl slow balls and all this, which helping them. And I think they played really good cricket.
Rohan, exceptional performance. Congratulations and best luck with the future games.
Thank you very much.
Well, that was Rohan Mustafa with his all-round performance. We're done and dusted with the post presentation, but do join us tomorrow as we have another exciting game lined up for you. Until then, OS Ali signing off is goodbye and God bless.